The new year is one of excitement and a lot of goals and instructions to carry out. Little do we pay attention to what makes us stop midway or halfway. Earlier this year, the Lord began to highlight the things that could dwindle my intensity this year. Burnout from lack of rest and lack of structures are one of the many. In this video, I share how the Lord delivered me from these two things.
Hello, welcome to the Safe Space podcast with Angela Olua. I am Angela Olua and welcome. This year is one of obedience and following instructions. So yes, welcome to the YouTube side of Angela Olua Omomoro. Happy New Year. I don't know if I've said that already, but Happy New Year. This is February, and I'm saying I should be flogged, right? I should be flogged. But yeah, Happy New Year. Um, so hmm, welcome to 2025. I should not be I think that I should not be welcoming you to 2025 already because we are already like some days, like a month has gone by already in 2025, and I'm like, Happy New Year. But yeah, Happy New Year from Safe Space Podcast with Angela Olua. This is our own New Year. So, yes. So, God led me to share this with people. Basically, the podcast is basically sharing my experiences and struggles as a young Christian girl. All my Christian girls in the house, young Christian girls in the house, and to every other person can benefit from this. So yeah, where did I start from? This year has been a lot already. Well, to the glory of God and to the shame of the devil. But yeah, this year has been a lot already. I feel like, you know, when we set goals, new year, new me, new year, new you, new year, new everything. There are so many things that we want to achieve, especially when you're a child of God and God speaks a lot, and then you write a lot, the instructions of God, the things that God has in store for you, the prophecies that God has said concerning you, and then you have them written down, right? And then you see how impossible, pardon my English, you see how impossible these instructions are looking, and you're like, anything, me? Like, you mean me? I should do this? That has been me this year. Hey, where do I start from? So yes, it's good to like. I'm not. This video is not to. It's not to. What's the word? Hey, English. This video is not to downplay having goals for the year, especially when the goals are inspired and instructed. They are instructions from God, but it's not to downplay it at all. And it is very, very good to have goals. It sets your trajectory for the year, and you're not just counting days and waiting for your birthday, but then you're feeling purpose and you're working in destiny, right? So yes, I had goals and I had these things, so many things that God had placed in my heart, and so many prayers have gone ahead, so many sermons and all. And I'm like so excited to like begin this journey because I was like looking exciting to work with God in these kind of things because most of the things too I it's something that I would enjoy. And I was really, really excited to work this journey with God this year. And then January came, and for some reason, I lacked motivation, which is not bad. I was beating myself up because when you have the goals written down, and then it is like in your mind, you have it written down, but then it is in your mind that you have to achieve this thing. You have like time limit to achieve the thing. You have like a time bound when the instruction has been set. When God has said, okay, this is when you're going to do this. This is the time span it's going to run for. So basically, you're all up in your head, right? Thinking that, oh, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? Of course, the base of working with the Holy Spirit is there. But then I'm also human and I also overthink. To my overthinkers out there, so I'm also human and I also overthink. And so I was overthinking things a lot, which made me now start to, lose the the whole picture, the whole idea, the whole purpose as to why God has said I should do this thing. And so I was worrying a lot, especially when I know I'm supposed to do something and I'm not doing it. I worry. We worry. If you're like me, we worry. So I was already overthinking it. Fed up with school, fed up with wanting to have good grades, fed up with with the goals that I'm supposed to achieve for this year. And then a lot of people were like, "Oh, new year, new you. You cannot be joking this year. You cannot do anyhow this year. You have to stand your ground," which is very, very good. Trust me, I've put in structures by the grace of God to help me not misuse my time or do things anyhow this year, by the grace of God. So the whole pressure was on me, right? And I didn't know what to do, so I lacked motivation. I was burnt out basically. So yeah, burnout is real. Burnout is so real. I had not started anything, but I started some things. I started things in my mind. My mind was thinking. My mind was already doing the things, especially when things are not now going the way it's like thinking. And especially when things are not going the way that you've planned them or the way you've imagined them, then you now start to like, I just left everything. Like it was still in my head though, but I just left everything. Like I'm not about to deal with this. I just was living, started to live my life on autopilot. That is a thing. That is a habit I need to deal with. Living my life on autopilot. God is helping us in this journey. God is helping us. So I began to do things as I would normally do them, and I was burnt out. And God laid it in my heart to share that yes, it is good to have goals, but it's also good to like plan. You know, funny now that I think about it, somebody asked me, a friend of mine asked me a question that what are my plans to achieve those goals? And I was like, I didn't really put so much attention to it. I had plans, but they were in my head. They were not written down. They were not structures that I put in place to achieve this. What is doing my English? They were not structures that I put in place to achieve these things that God has placed in my to do. So it was just in my head. So when I was not like achieving them, I'll start to worry, da 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 da. So the Holy Spirit, being the best teacher and the wisest person on this planet, lives in me. So I have an advantage, right? I am not confused. I am a child of God. I know what to do, when to do them, and how to do them. So yeah, those people spike that in my head, like, why, girl? Confusion? Not from me. Come back to me and re-strategize. And so we went and we re-strategized. And one thing I learned from the whole process was don't put too much pressure on yourself. I promise you, I had started calculating tomorrow today. You know when Jesus was saying, worry not about tomorrow, let tomorrow worry about itself. Jesus is so wise. The instructions that he gives us is not for him, it is for our benefit. It is for our, oh my gosh, I'm sweating a lot. It's for our own good, right? So worry not about tomorrow. Let tomorrow worry about itself. I'm worried about next week already. I'm already planning like, oh, this is the thing I have to do next week. This is the thing I have to do tomorrow. And I'm I'm tired. I'm tired. Like my mind is tired. My mind has it's thinking a lot and it's not shutting down. Even when I should get rest, I'm thinking, oh, tomorrow I have to do tomorrow I have to do that tomorrow. It is good to plan your days out. It's good to plan your weeks out. Which is what I was not doing. I was thinking them out in my head. Oh, I have not done this. I have not done that. I need to do this. I need to do that. And I was like all over the place. And the Holy Spirit told me, calm down. Girl, chill. Girl, relax. Girl. And so I I started taking each day as it comes. I broke down the goals. I planned like I'm not planning to I have the plan for the week and I'm doing it like each day as it comes. The things I have to do for a particular day is what I'm focusing on for that day. If I have school, I time myself 12 to 3 school. Then if I have other things, I time it. I time it. And thanks to God, I prayed for discipline. I prayed for self-control so that I'm able to, you know, do these things without feeling so nonchalant. Because I know there's an urgency as regarding this year. There's an urgency as regarding I cannot be small. So it is in my DNA to be great. So I know that there's an urgency to do these things. So I cannot be playing with my life anyhow. Why am I? So there's an urgency to do things right and orderly. I also learned something in Genesis 1, the whole creation story about how creative God is, how orderly. is, how structural it is. And the Holy Spirit told you copy and paste in your life. Be organized, be structural, place in structures that are going to help you. Even when you are sitting down doing school, you have structures set in place that okay, when I cannot be here, this thing is being done. So the Holy Spirit, a round of applause for the Holy Spirit, please. A round of applause. He's so wise, and I promise you, it has helped me so much. And oh, burnout is real. Burnout is real. As much as you try to achieve your goals this year, basically, this is the word. As much as you are trying to achieve your goals this year, remember to rest. Remember that let tomorrow worry about itself. Today, do what you have to do today. Do what you have to do tomorrow. And if you look at it, everything is going to collabo. Everything is going to come together and work out for your good. Right? It is God who works in us both to will and to do of His good pleasures. It is not our will, it is not our doings, it is Him. There's a word, it is a Yoruba word that the Holy Spirit gave to me to walk through this year, and it is Oromonishe Fayat, which means the one who sends one on a journey and He is backing the person up. So, yes, I'm holding on strongly to that word. It is, I cannot do anything. You can see when I was already feeling down and hopeless and tired, He came because now in work, now He send me. Now you say now you go do am. So yes, that is basically the cocoa of this story time. Thank you for listening to this young girl's yap, and see you. I don't know how often we're going to be seeing, but hopefully by the grace of God, it's going to be every Sunday. But since we're on YouTube now, I have to be creating content, and help me, God 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 help me. To stay faithful. Happy New Year once again. Remember to rest. Remember to walk with the Holy Spirit. You're an overachiever. Good. You have goals. Good. But live today as today comes. Let tomorrow worry about tomorrow. Thank you for listening to this young chat. Bye. See you.